All right, now let's go ahead and perform our discriminant analysis now. We could perform canonical covariate analysis, but because we have only one group, all right, one categorical variable, so we don't need to perform canonical variate analysis. It's better we perform discriminant analysis, which is that the same actually. Okay, they give us the axis where the separation is maxima, but we want to let's see that first. Here, for you to perform discriminant analysis, excuse me. Here we click on. All right, so we click on a discriminant function here. We'll have click on here. See, go to give us the same thing, because if you click on discriminant function, we're going to be given a histogram, and if you click on canonical covariate, you see be given histogram. Normally, when you click on canonical covariate, you're supposed to be given scatter plot because you are using canonical covariate analysis, but because you have only one group, you'll be given what is called a histogram instead of a scatter plot. So if you have multiple groups, then you can choose canonical covariate. So let's see what I'm talking about. If you click on discriminant function here now, select the data set by sex, male and female. Okay, include the pairs of groups. So we click here. So just hold on, it's coming. All right, that's come. So now if you click on this scan score, you can see you're having this female to male. All right, you're having histogram here. You can see female to male. Okay, so you can copy this in your document and analyze. But if you are using, you can change, although you can change the color if you don't want this color as usual. Okay, this is for cross validation. So let's call for that. So this is shape. But now you can also let's this shape, you can go to this axis, right? You can flip counterclockwise. So we have this is the nose, this is the head, this is the mouth. Okay. So when you look at it from afar, it can give you the shape. When you're too close to it, you look as if it's not porous. So now let's now see the second one. I mean canonical variate analysis by sex, population, execute. Okay. Did the score. You can see you're having the same thing. You're having the so canonical for everyone. So you're having the same thing you're having there. So because this is not needed when you are having when you have only one group, which is this, so you only need this. So in case of you have one group, just focus only on discriminant function and let's leave out the CVA. But if you are having more than one group, like maybe sex, age, then good, you can use what is called CVA. All right, or if you are having more than one, I mean, your group, you have something like in the sex, I mean, in the age, you're having male, I mean, you're having age group, maybe age 13, age 18, age 20, 25, you have many, but here we only have one group, which have only sex and male and female, which means two group here, so we don't need to use that, we can only use discriminant function. But if you have more than one, you have 1, 2, 3, then you can automatically turn to what is called a scatter plot. The same thing applicable in past. So let's see the past function, how it works in past. In past, we use a PCA to perform this. All right, let's copy our PCA to past and see what I'm talking about. So we don't need this one. We can remove it when you get there. So let's copy, Ctrl C. So in past, okay. So in past it's called heady, right? In past called heady. So let's say new. Oh, it's still here, so don't need to remove it. So just remove this central size. We don't need it for now. Oh, okay, we can leave it. We leave it. We will not make use of it. So let's group this color. Add color to this. All right, so we're going to see how this one is performed also here. So now we select this, hold down our control key, select this. We don't need central size, okay? We are going to use 10 as usual. All right, you go to multivariate. All right, you go to ordination, and this is discriminant analysis. You click here. All right, so this is in past. Past gives us more information about our discriminant function because it's classifying for us. But in a Morpho we don't have the values. Okay, we only have the charts in Morpho but not values. But here we have both values and charts. Because normally when you have discriminant function analysis, you're supposed to have the values, how it is discriminated. But in Morpho it doesn't release value to us. We only have the charts there. So let's see a classifier. You can see how it's classified here. So in computer matrix is given to us here. Okay, look at it here. So 96.3% correct classified. So yeah, that is our prediction. Okay, we have 96.3%. Okay, that means it's correctly classified. Okay, so we can copy this out. Just go on copy and put it in our test as our what is called the computer matrix. Then this is our score. We don't need this score for now, so we only need only this. All right, and the computer matrix here. That's what we need. Then this is our classification score, and 93.6. All right, so this is how we perform discriminant analysis in the Morpho and past. All right, so in the next section we will see other area of testing. Thank you for listening.